Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Iris Travis, and I will be presenting the Enron scandal. Enron Corporation was the fifth largest corporation in the United States, and it found itself involved in a large scandal after it reported a $68 billion loss in quarterly sales in October 2001. Enron was known for being a very successful energy company as well as commodities company. So this news came as a drastic shock. I will be breaking down the Enron scandal according to the IRAC method. We will start off with the issues, we'll go into the rules, and then we'll do an analysis and then provide a conclusion. So first up we have the issues. Enron executives were indicted on charges like conspiracy, fraud, and insider trading. Enron's external auditor, Arthur Andersen, went on record stating that it had taken part in destroying documents for Enron that would have been enough evidence to prosecute the company. It was also brought forward by the prosecutor that Jeffrey Skilling and Ken Lay were misrepresenting the financial statements of Enron. It was revealed that Enron had used many methods to hide the poor financial status of the company, including creating limited partnerships as well as special purpose entities. The rules. So, when you use the IRAC method, you usually come from the perspective of briefing a case, and you look at the issues from how the issue would have been presented to the court. And you will also see, well, what rules of law would have applied or been relevant to the charges that were indicted upon the defendants. So, in the case of Jeffrey Skilling, the court examined the rule of law for conspiracy, as well as for security fraud, as well as insider trading. For Ken Lay, the court examined the rule of law in accordance to conspiracy as well, and we also noticed that it had wire fraud, so they applied the rule of law for wire fraud, security fraud, as well as bank fraud. They also examined the aforementioned external auditor, and they examined it according to the rule of law for obstruction of justice. So after analyzing the Enron scandal, I personally agree with the prosecutor when they say that Enron is guilty of fraud, conspiracy, and insider trading. The act of Jeffrey Skilling creating those special purpose entities as well as those limited partnerships just show how they went about fraudulently claiming to have so many assets, and in reality they didn't have as many assets that they had claimed on their financial records. Very similar to the Grant Thornton and the First National Bank of Keystone. They overstated their records, and very similar in the case of Enron Corporation. For this assignment, we were asked to determine if we were a new accountant working for Enron or a corporation similar to Enron, how would we approach the fraudulent behavior? What would we do if we were a new accountant and we discovered that the company we were working for was committing fraudulent behavior? I personally would have not only notified my superior, I would have also blown the whistle. Ironically enough, the Enron case was the catalyst to the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and if you combine that, and with the Dodd-Frank Act, it provides whistleblowers with a lot of protection to avoid harassment and retaliation from either the firms that they're reporting or their own personal firm that they work for. A lot of times, accountants are afraid to come forward due to the potential harassment and incurred losses for demotions. So if you are in certain states, you can actually sue the wrongdoer, the company that you're reporting, for punitive damages, and you can reclaim the loss of income that was incurred. So I personally would blow the whistle, and because not only did Enron violate the generally um, accepted auditing standards, they violated the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Well, they would have if it was in existence when they committed the crimes. But they purposely misrepresented their financial status, and therefore they are in violation of law and they should be held accountable. So, for our conclusion, the courts found both Jeffrey Skilling and Ken Lay guilty of their part in committing security frauds, conspiracy, and insider trading. Skilling was sentenced to 24 years. Unfortunately, even though Lay was found guilty, he passed away due to a heart attack. And Arthur Anderson, the external auditor, was also held accountable for their obstruction of justice, and they were shut down. So cases like this Enron scandal just shows how no matter how rich you are, how powerful you are, no one is above the law. Thank you for watching my presentation. Have a great day.